What up, y'all? This is Decode Dating, back with another video, and this is you cannot change for her. Stay how you are. So, a lot of men, when they get in a relationship, after you do all the different phases that I said to do, you tend to get very complacent and comfortable and basically trying to please your girl. What I want you to do is to have a mindset where you understand that when you first met her and she's attracted to that same person, you want to stay how you are. You can't change for her. Okay. Knowing that you got her the way you are should make you automatically be like, hey, well, she likes when I do these certain things, and not only for her but for yourself. That maintains attraction. The moment you try to change to make sure she's more happy in the relationship, the moment you lose her, she's gonna resent you because you were never like that before. So my examples of changing for her is you used to go to the gym and you used to work out. Now you stop doing that. You find an excuse to be like, hey, I don't feel like working out today. Let's watch a movie. Hey, I don't feel like, working out today. Let's get some ice cream. Now you're stopping something that she knew you used to do before, as far as maintaining your physical appearance, and you want to stop. And eventually, what you allow is going to continue. You're going to continue not to work out. You're going to continue not continue going to the gym, and that's going to hinder the relationship. Believe it or not. The next thing is your hobbies. Say if on the weekend you like to, if you have your own place, you like to build certain things, and you stop doing that. Or you like to have a little reading session with yourself, and that's your hobby. You like to read up on new things, and you stop doing that to please her. Now, that's slowly but surely going to make her resent you, because the same way you met her and the same things you used to do, you now stop doing because you think it's helping your relationship, but it's also hurting it. And last but not least, and I say this is the two most important things, is your purpose. Now, your purpose defines you as a man. What makes you who you are? As far as you have your career, your job, or a certain type of income you have coming in, and you stop that to make more time for her. Now, that's going to hinder the relationship big time, because now you can't provide the same how you used to. Now, just saying, if you were the main sole provider of the relationship and you stop doing that, or you cut back time. I wouldn't say you stop it cold turkey, because now you can't provide it all, even for yourself. And you say, hey, you used to work 7 days out the week. Now you only do 5. Because you're making time only for her and to please her. And I tell men, you have to stick to your purpose, because the moment you start to change and say, hey, I'm gonna cut back and stuff like that, oh, she looks a little sad, you're putting her in the forefront. And now you guys can't survive long term in the relationship, because you're not doing your job. You're not doing what you're supposed to. So those 3 things, you stop working out, you stop your hobbies, and you stop your purpose, will definitely make the relationship tarnish eventually. Okay? Now, what a woman will do is she'll try to guilt trip you. She'll start to say, you hang out with your friends too much and you don't make time for me anymore. A lot of women will try to test you with that and try to tell you, hey, don't chill with your friends. You chill with them last week. Oh, chill with me. All depends too, if you live with your girl and you don't live with your girl. You can't stop hanging out with your friends just because she feels some type of way. And you shouldn't even force her to stop hanging out with her friends. Now, don't get me wrong. You want to make sure you guys are not disrespecting each other's relationship, like doing certain things with your friends. But at the same time, you never want to give up your friendships for a woman, anybody, in that manner. So those are ways she'll try to guilt trip you, saying you don't spend time. And now what that will tell you, you will try to listen to what she's saying, like, oh, she's right. I don't spend enough time with her. Let me tell my bros I can't chill with them. And what else you'll start doing is, oh, she's right. I need to cut back on my work, or your side hustle. If you had a side business, and say one of your side business was making t-shirts, and the whole day you're just banging out t-shirts and designs and all of that. And then she's like, oh, you don't make time for me. Guess what you're gonna stop doing? Making those t-shirts. And that's side hustle. That's side hustle money that would be good for both of y'all in a relationship. So that's one way a woman will guilt trip you. She'll try to use her attitude. She'll try to make you feel bad for her being sad. You know, she'll be a little distant so you could go chase her. And you got to make sure you understand what she's trying to do, and don't let that happen. You know, have a conversation, communicate that to her and stuff like that. But don't make it an ongoing thing where you're cutting off your friends and your hobbies and you're working out just to make her feel some type of way, because she'll feel that way one moment, and then when she sees that you stop what you're doing to make her happy, she'll do it again, because she knows she can get away with it now. So for my past relationships, I've definitely done that. I'm giving anecdotal evidence right now how I had that happen to me in the past, where I was in a relationship with a woman and I was working my 9 to 5. I had my clients on the side, so I was working every single day. Not, 12 hours a day, 8 hours sometimes, 10 hours sometimes, but I always made sure I still made time for us. But she didn't feel like those times were enough. If we had 2 days out the week to go out and enjoy ourselves, she would want more. I remember one time, one of my exes, I came in from my 9 to 5, and then I had to go to my client soon, and she said, oh, I feel like there's a disconnect. I don't feel like, you make time for me anymore. And my dumb ass sat there and said, you know what, I'll make time for you. And I started slowing down my clients as far as personal training. I said, hey, I can't make it in today, and I put them to the side. And that basically got me nowhere, because I'm not in that relationship right now. That's not the main reason, but that played a factor into me listening to her. Now, what also played a factor was, in that same relationship, I started putting my clients to the side, which made less money, and now it was harder for us to go out and enjoy ourselves because she wanted to do certain things, but I didn't have the funds then. And then, on top of that, I started, because I used to do MMA, and I had fights available, and I didn't take those fights. I put those fights on the back burner, and I put training on the back burner to make her happy. I remember her birthday was coming up, and I wanted to take her somewhere, and she wanted to go on a trip. And I said, hey, listen, I'm going to not train or fight so we could focus on your trip. And she even looked at me weird. She's like, but why would you do that? I was like, because I'm trying to make you happy. And that goes to show that I'm only focused on her and not us. In the relationship, it's not independence. It's the dependency. We're interdependent. We depend on each other for certain things. And she realized that me putting my stuff aside just for her, she knew for a fact that, hey, this guy will, put his stuff that's important to the side just for me. And she had me wrapped around her fingers from that point on. I also stopped hanging out with my friends a lot in that relationship, because I felt as if my girl was more important. And you have different type of relationships with different type of people. I had a more intimate relationship with my girls, and my friends is more enjoying myself, hanging out, doing guy stuff, watching fights and, doing certain things. And me doing that made the relationship a lot worse. It slowly but surely started to trickle down into the relationship, and she knew that she could do better in her eyes. Now, how I overcame that whole me changing for her was I started to realize, after the relationship, because there's no more relationship, I started to realize any relationship I get into, the same way this woman approached me and wanted to talk to me and wanted a relationship out of me, I have to stay that way. Typically, men get in a relationship thinking that if they change, it helps the woman. No, if you stay the same, it helps. Women want you to change because they want you to get better. But you want to stay the same because changing for a woman makes it worse. So me getting into new relationships with different women, I start to realize I can't change for them. I change for me. If I want to, gain more muscle. I'll work out harder. So that's me changing for myself. But I should never, ever try to change in a relationship for a woman as far as her meeting me how I am. That's her attraction level for me. I maintain that attraction level for her. And that's the main thing what men should do when they get in a relationship and they want a long-term relationship. You do not change for her. There's a quote that says, build your garden to attract butterflies. But if no butterflies come, you still have a garden. Basically, that's meaning make sure you build yourself, build your kingdom, and you can invite any woman in that kingdom. If that woman doesn't want to come in that kingdom, you still have something for yourself. So build yourself. Don't change when you get that said woman. Make sure you maintain that same attraction level and be good to you and her in that relationship.